as a DGA member, every year they put out statistics on the cover of our DGA magazine that says what percentage of women are working in episodic television. I think it was something like 16% this year. And I think for women of color, all of us put together, African American, Asian, Latina, it was less than 1%. So, and I do know there are more than that number who want to have that opportunity and who can do those jobs. So I would love to see Hollywood spread the wealth a little bit and give those there's so many television shows and networks and outlets these days. Let women have a chance to direct them and show what we can do and prove ourselves. I think sort of for almost all people of color who are sort of my generation's filmmakers, Spike Lee means a lot because he was not just a filmmaker, he was a great filmmaker. And it was inspiring to see that people could make such inventive, original movies. And, you hear things like the Spike Lee shot and you know what that means. So that was really, really inspiring for me. I am on Instagram. I am nzingbling, N-Z-I-N-G, bling, B-L-I-N-G, and on Twitter, zingbling, and then on Facebook, just Nzinga Stewart is my page.
My name is Lori Collier, and I directed the miniseries The Secret Life of Marilyn Monroe for Lifetime TV. For all women in the industry, I want to see and hear more of our stories. I want us to be equally compensated for the work we do. I want us to be hired on an equal scale as the men that do the same jobs as we do. And I want it to not be normal that an entire TV series, for example, doesn't have a single woman director. That seems to be talked about in the rooms as if it's like, oh, well, oh, yeah, it happened. No, that's what I want to see. I want to see us more present in the industry. We're more present in many, many, many other, industries of power, the federal government being one of them. And so why not Hollywood, instead of Hollywooden? I stole that from John Leguizamo. I was like, you're a genius. Yeah, well, he said, John Leguizamo said, I generate my own work because Holly wouldn't. And I do that too. I write and direct. So when I was about to direct my first narrative feature, my first film was a documentary. Then I wrote a script and I went to the Sundance Lab, which takes place in the summer. And it's a director's workshop and a screenwriter's workshop. And there was and we are mentored by industry professionals. And there was one woman named Joan Tewksbury. She, her biggest claim to fame, I think, was that she wrote Nashville for Robert Altman when she was very young. But then she went on to have a very prolific career as a screenwriter in Hollywood. Anyway, in our lab, of the 8 directors, I think 4 or 5 of us were women, and this was back in 2002. And she organized a whole dinner for us on the last night, and she was sitting at the head of the table, and she was sort of like religious. And so Joan Tewksbury, I would say, really had an impact on me at the lab. Her notes, her energy, and the fact that she's, I think, my mom's age, maybe a little bit older, and was so joyous and embracing of, the new guard coming in and the women coming in. And I learned a lot also working with Susan Sarandon on our show. Yeah, just, she didn't set out to teach me anything. I was just watching her on set and, learning from her as she moved through, scene to scene to scene. So those 2 ladies off the top of my head. And my mom. And my mom. Mama. At Lori Collier on Instagram. I just joined Instagram 2 weeks ago, so follow me. And on Twitter, same, at Lori Collier, Collyer. Thank you so much, Joy. Okay. Thank you.
You're so sweet.